When you ask most people about maintaining kidney health, you'll get roughly the same advice from nearly everyone. Increase your water, cut your sodium, and they're absolutely right about those basics. But that foundation only touches part of what your kidneys truly need, and what almost no one discusses is the critical work that happens once you fall asleep. Here's what your doctor probably hasn't had the chance to explain. At night, your kidneys engage in their most important regeneration work, precisely during hours when your blood pressure naturally drops and the strain on your filtering system decreases substantially. Whatever you consume during those evening hours either supports this repair process or works against it. Once you pass 60, this becomes perhaps more important than nearly anything else you do, because kidney decline occurs without symptoms. A compromised kidney sends no pain messages. By the time kidney problems show up on blood work, you've potentially lost around 30% of your kidney capacity. Unlike the liver, kidneys cannot rebuild themselves. Whatever gets damaged remains damaged forever. For more than 10 years, I've worked with patients to stop this progression before it becomes permanent. Today, I want to show you specific fruits that protect your kidneys during those critical sleep hours. Some will be familiar, some will surprise you, and one is a fruit most people with kidney concerns have been told to completely avoid, though I'll explain what's actually true. At the end, I'll walk you through a simple 2-minute evening recipe that combines the safest options into one glass. But before we continue, if you're worried you've already waited too long, I need you to hear this. Kidneys that have suffered actual damage can absolutely be stabilized. I've worked with patients in their 70s and 80s who've maintained their kidney numbers completely stable for years just by reducing the pressure on their filters and providing targeted support. This isn't over for you. That's exactly why I create these videos. I want you strong and energetic well past the age when everyone expects you to decline. The strategies I take my patients through, the foods, the timing, the small changes that shift their numbers, I've developed into a complete system that's already helped many thousands of people over 60. I've created a comprehensive resource called Stand Strong, the doctor's fall-proof method for life after 70. It's a practical guide that shows you how to strengthen your body, protect your independence, and avoid the decline most people think is inevitable. The guide includes structured routines and progressive activities that go much further than any single video can cover. It's built specifically to help you improve your balance, strengthen your foundation, increase your mobility, reduce your fall risk, and stay independent for many more years. The full system is available through the link in the pinned comment and in the video description. Thousands have already purchased it, and it gives you everything this video introduces, plus the complete step-by-step approach you need. Now, let's understand what's actually happening in your kidneys so the rest makes sense. Each kidney contains about 1 million microscopic structures called nephrons that do the actual filtering. Inside, every nephron is a tiny cluster of fragile blood vessels known as a glomerulus. That's your actual filter. It pulls waste from your blood while keeping what you need. You're born with all the nephrons you'll ever have, and your body never manufactures new ones. After 60, protection is everything. Two major factors destroy these filters faster than anything else. First is pressure. When blood pressure stays elevated, it hammers those delicate vessels like a garden hose on full blast. Over years, that battering leaves permanent scarring that seals filters closed. Second is oxidative damage. Picture rust slowly developing inside your cells, the same process that makes a sliced pear turn brown. A kidney under constant pressure and high oxidative stress loses nephrons gradually every single year. Here's something rarely mentioned. Your blood pressure isn't meant to stay the same all day long. In a healthy body, it drops about 10 to 20% when you sleep. Researchers call this nighttime dipping, and it's your kidney's recovery window. People whose pressure doesn't dip properly at night lose kidney function faster This is established medical evidence. So the purpose of what you eat during that final hour before sleep is straightforward. Support the pressure decrease, reduce the cellular rust, and keep extra burden away from your kidneys right when they're trying to recover. Every fruit I'm about to mention does one of three things during that overnight recovery period. Either it provides antioxidants that fight cellular damage attacking your filters, contains compounds that relax blood vessel walls and support the natural nighttime pressure drop, or works in your digestive system to decrease the load reaching your kidneys before filtering happens. Nearly all are gentle on your kidneys, low in sugar, and safe to eat at night. There's one important exception, and I'll be straightforward when we get there. First, blueberries. This is the simplest choice on the whole list. The blue shade comes from anthocyanin, one of the most powerful antioxidants found in any food. The connection to your kidneys is direct. These pigments break down the cellular stress that damages your filters. Research shows consistently that eating high amounts of these pigments reduces inflammation and strengthens blood vessels. Your kidneys are basically constructed from blood vessels, so protecting the vessels means protecting the filters. Blueberries work for evenings because they're low in potassium and sodium, keeping them safe even for struggling kidneys. Remember potassium, that matters more later. A quarter cup before bed is the right serving. Frozen or fresh both work fine, and frozen berries often have more pigment since they're picked at peak ripeness. Second, cranberries. Most people get these wrong. Yes, they prevent urinary tract infections, but the kidney story goes deeper. Cranberries contain a molecule called A-type proanthocyanidin that keeps bacteria from attaching to urinary tract walls. That's the actual science. Why does it matter for your kidneys? Infections that move upward cause genuine kidney damage. Every infection you prevent in your urinary tract reduces strain on your kidney filters. Skip anything labeled cranberry cocktail, that's just sugar water. A small spoonful of unsweetened dried cranberries or a splash of pure unsweetened cranberry juice mixed with water does real work overnight. Third, dark red and purple grapes. The color is what counts. These concentrate resveratrol in their skin, one of the most studied compounds in aging research. For kidneys, resveratrol quiets inflammation and helps vessel walls soften and relax, exactly what happens as your body prepares for the nighttime pressure decrease. Relaxed vessels mean lower overnight pressure. Lower overnight pressure means less grinding on filters. Red grapes also have a small natural amount of melatonin, the compound your brain uses for sleep. A fruit that pushes you toward better sleep also helps your blood pressure achieve its full nighttime drop. Good sleep and healthy overnight pressure are connected. Grapes are sweeter than berries, so portion matters. About 10 to 15 grapes in the evening, eaten whole with the skin. Freeze them. They take longer to eat, feel special, and keep you from grabbing something worse. Fourth, the apple. It protects kidneys through an angle almost nobody thinks about: your digestive system. Apples are an excellent source of a fiber called pectin. When pectin reaches your digestive tract, it feeds good bacteria. A well-fed digestive system produces much less inflammatory signaling into your bloodstream. Your kidneys filter that blood. A chronically inflamed gut constantly burdens them. The apple improves things upstream. Scientists call this the gut-kidney connection, and it's one of the most active research areas right now. Apple skin contains quercetin, an antioxidant that protects vessel walls. Peel it off and you lose that advantage, so eat the whole thing. Like blueberries, apples are low in potassium. A medium apple in the evening, sliced and sprinkled with real cinnamon, is perfect. Eat it about an hour before sleep, so the fiber has time to work. Every fruit up to now does the same gentle work, fighting cellular stress and easing pressure on filters. The next four do something genuinely different. With one doing something for your kidneys, nothing else here can. and one that many people have been warned completely away from. Before I continue, I want to ask something. If you're learning for the first time why your kidneys need special evening support instead of just being told to drink more water and use less salt, spend a moment and hit subscribe. Share this with anyone you know dealing with high blood pressure or diabetes, the two biggest causes of kidney damage. This is a conversation that rarely fits into a standard office visit. Fifth, tart cherries. This is the real breakthrough. Tart cherries do something for your kidneys that nothing else on this list can do. Don't mix these up with sweet cherries, they're completely different. Here's the unique role they play. Uric acid is a waste your kidneys filter every day, and when it gets too high, real damage happens. It forms crystals that cause gout, leads to kidney stones, and high uric acid now connects to faster kidney decline. Tart cherries measurably lower uric acid in the blood. That's direct help for your filtering organ. Additionally, tart cherries rank among nature's richest sources of melatonin. That same melatonin that helps you sleep also helps your blood pressure achieve the complete overnight dip your kidney filters depend on. Lower uric acid and deeper sleep from one small fruit before bed. Use unsweetened dried tart cherries or pure tart cherry juice diluted with water about an hour before sleep. Skip anything labeled cherry flavor or cherry cocktail, that's just sweetened liquid. Get the truly unsweetened version for real benefits. Sixth, strawberries. They belong here for the same reasons as blueberries, with additional advantages. Strawberries contain concentrated antioxidants, including ellagic acid and substantial vitamin C. These directly fight cellular stress, destroying your filters. They're powerfully anti-inflammatory. Long-term minor inflammation drives kidney disease forward year after year. Strawberries are mostly water and fiber with very little sugar, making them one of the lightest things you can eat at night. You get real antioxidant protection without blood sugar spikes and without sitting heavy while you rest. Around half a cup to 1 cup of fresh strawberries in the evening, solo or with unsweetened yogurt. Simple, light, and perfect for your filters heading into their recovery window. Seventh, pineapple. Almost nobody recommends this for kidneys, but it has something no other fruit provides. Pineapple is the only common fruit with bromelain, a natural enzyme that genuinely reduces inflammation. It quiets the chronic minor inflammation, gradually destroying kidney filters, and decreases digestive strain, meaning less metabolic activity stressing your kidneys overnight. Beyond bromelain, pineapple delivers vitamin C and additional antioxidants from the protective family we keep discussing. Pineapple is actually lower in potassium than most assume for something so sweet and tropical, making it friendly for taxed kidneys. The trade-off is sugar content, so portion size matters. About half a cup of fresh chunks in the evening is sufficient. Fresh or frozen beets, canned pineapple, which normally sits in syrup that destroys all the benefit. Eighth, this is the surprise I mentioned. Citrus, oranges, and their relatives. The fruit many people with kidney concerns have been told to absolutely avoid. I'm going to give you both sides honestly. The protective aspect is substantial. Citrus delivers abundant citrate. When citrate travels through your kidneys, it binds calcium in urine and stops it from forming stones. Citrate is your body's built-in stone defense, and citrus replenishes it. Also, oranges contain substantial vitamin C and antioxidant compounds. For healthy kidneys with kidney stone history, citrus can be genuinely protective. So what's the worry? Citrus carries high potassium. For healthy kidneys, that's not a problem. Healthy kidneys clear excess potassium easily, and potassium actually lowers blood pressure. But for kidneys already deteriorating, in advanced chronic kidney disease or on dialysis, they can't clear potassium rapidly enough, and it rises to dangerous levels. Here's the rule. If you have a kidney disease diagnosis or take potassium-affecting medication, check with your physician before adding citrus. For most people watching, citrus is fine. For some, it's exactly wrong. Only your own blood work reveals which group you're in. Before the recipe, I need to be clear about something. These fruits support healthy kidneys and kidneys under mild stress. They're not treatment for severely compromised kidneys. If you notice leg swelling or puffiness around your eyes, foamy urine, urine with blood, drastically reduced urinary output, or sharp pain below your ribs, see your doctor immediately. If you carry a kidney disease diagnosis or take blood pressure or potassium medication, discuss these fruits with your doctor first. Food is the base. It's not the entire structure. I had a patient I'll call Thomas. He was 68, worked in accounting before retirement, played golf weekly, and thought his health was solid. His blood work told a different story. His eGFR had just dropped past the monitoring threshold, and his creatinine had quietly risen. He was stunned. No diabetes, barely any alcohol, and he'd believed kidney issues happened to people who weren't careful. We didn't start with medication. We addressed his bedtime eating. Thomas finished each night with salted pretzels and cola watching television. That was hitting his kidneys with sodium and sugar right at the start of their recovery. We changed it. Some nights, blueberries and sliced strawberries. Other nights, an apple with cinnamon or unsweetened tart cherries about an hour before sleep. He kept oranges at breakfast after confirming his potassium was acceptable, and he added a short walk after dinner to reduce his blood pressure before sleep. A year later, his eGFR held steady. It didn't climb because kidneys can't rebuild what's lost, and I want to be truthful about that, but it stopped falling. His blood pressure was the best it had been in a decade. For a 68-year-old kidney, holding steady is genuine success. Now for the bonus, the straightforward 2-minute evening recipe bringing the best options into one beverage. I call it the Nighttime Kidney Blend, and it takes just 2 minutes. Put a small handful of blueberries, roughly a quarter cup, into a blender. Add 4 or 5 sliced strawberries. Include a splash of pure unsweetened cranberry or tart cherry juice for urinary and uric acid protection. Pour in about half a cup of plain unsweetened kefir or yogurt, which provides probiotics for the gut-kidney connection, plus a little water to thin it. Top with a shake of real cinnamon. Blend until smooth. It's low in sugar, low in potassium, loaded with the antioxidants your kidneys want overnight, and gives you something nutritious to drink before bed that helps your filters instead of hurting them. Drink it around an hour before sleep. A couple of variations stop things from getting stale. On sweeter nights, add a handful of frozen red grapes before blending. If your digestion is sensitive, leave out the kefir and use just water with the berries. If you'd rather not blend, a small bowl of blueberries and strawberries topped with a spoonful of unsweetened yogurt does the same job. The key isn't the blender, it's the swap, replacing late-night salt and processed items with real fruit. I kept citrus out of the recipe specifically because of the potassium discussion. If your kidneys are healthy and your doctor confirms it, have citrus as a separate daytime choice. Here's exactly what to do starting tonight. 5 steps. 1. Finish your kitchen earlier. Make your last food one of these fruits instead of something processed or salty, so your kidneys start their recovery period with a lighter load. 2. Pick one low-potassium fruit that's already at home, blueberries, strawberries, or an apple. Eat a small portion about an hour before bed. 3. If you want the full benefit, make the nighttime kidney blend with blueberries, strawberries, a splash of cranberry or tart cherry, unsweetened kefir, and cinnamon. 4. Do a 10-minute walk after dinner. It brings your blood pressure down before the overnight window starts, and blood pressure is the biggest thing you control for kidney health. 5. If you have a kidney disease diagnosis or take blood pressure or potassium medication, write one question for your doctor this week. Which fruits match my current potassium levels? That single question tells you exactly which items here are yours. Evening fruit is one lever, but there's another most people over 60 have never had checked. A single number on a typical blood panel that warns about kidney trouble years before your creatinine shifts. Most doctors won't mention it without being asked. In my next video, I'll explain what that marker is, how to ask for it specifically, and what to do if yours is heading the wrong direction.